All right, everyone, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Gonna be doing something a little bit different today, and we're gonna be doing a Dizzy buff wish list. Why Dizzy specifically? Well, she is my main, and I don't know enough about the other characters to have a wish list for them, I guess. I'm gonna try to make this quick too. I do work in about an hour from now, and gotta take advantage of the morning sun right now. It's beaming right in, and it's giving us some natural, nice lighting. So you may see the room darken as the video goes. But anyway, let's make it quick then. All right, so how are we going to set up this video? There are going to be 3 different sections. Each of them will be increasing in the level of, how do you say, boldness? So we're going to be doing this. Number 1, probable quality of life changes. She needs it. Number 2 would be big buffs. Probably not going to happen, but I'd be pretty hyped if they did. And finally, number 3, the big Omega wish list. Definitely not going to happen, but one can dream. All right, if you guys enjoy this, a like, comment, or subscribe is much appreciated. It helps me know to make more videos like this. My name's Nagai, you're Guilty Gear OG-san. Let's just jump right into it. All right, so let's address some glaring issues. First of all, her 6P. They need to do something with her 6P, whether they need to increase its startup, decrease its recovery, make the hitbox better, something. It's a very lacking 6P. Definitely not the best. Maybe contending for one of the worst, actually. We gotta do something with the 6P. Her anti-airs are not good. Speaking of her anti-airs, a lot of players are using 5P. I want to talk about this a little bit. Okay, so hear me out. 5P is used in her safe jump setup. You throw them in the corner, empty 5P to kill frames, jump forward and do like a air to ground JK. Now, that 5P whiffs on most characters, but OTGs on like a handful of characters. Characters that are problematic if you don't get your safe jump right. For instance, Sin. You actually have to hard read a lot of these characters, which is not cool. I guess this kind of drives me up the wall because Guilty Gear Strive, like the game design philosophy, is to standardize a lot of the obtuse mechanics, right? So standardizing wake up timings, standardizing weight. But when you're trying to do something a little bit more nuanced, like a 5P frame kill safe jump, no, that's where they draw the line. No, you're not allowed. No standardization there. But it'd be nice if they did that. All right, the sun is back glaring in my eyes. Oh my god, solar flare. All right, so make 5P whiff better, please. Make it worse for me. That'd be nice. Or, you know what? Just raise the 5P hitbox a little bit. People are using it for anti-airs anyway, so just do that. That'd be nice. Ooh, you're not gonna like the sound of this. JD input directional influence. I don't like that word directional influence. I don't like introducing Smash terms to my anime game. But anyway, you get the idea. Well, maybe you don't. So let me try to explain it. So it'd be nice if you can fire off a JD, like jump neutral D, and then as it's coming out, you hold down or up, and it just changes the direction of the fireball ever so slightly lower or higher. That would be nice. So why do I think this? Why do I want this? 2 reasons, I think. 1, it'll be a callback to her old bubble attack. It'd be cool to see a little bit more of her old self. As you know, in Guilty Gear Xrd, if I recall correctly, you can summon a bubble, like the fire bubble or the water bubble, and as soon as you summon it, you can just lower a little bit by holding down, right? In Guilty Gear XX, now I remember this because I play this a lot, and I still do. The direction of the bubble is bound to different buttons. So the P bubble is horizontal, the K bubble is like more diagonal, and the S bubble is more downwards. It'll be a cool callback, but more importantly, it would improve some of her theorized mix-ups from when players were just like lab monstering the character at the beginning of her release. It would make some of those mix-ups and some of those setups work, actually. Here's what I mean. You know, there's her standard cross-up, right? You all know what it looks like. She does it all the time. And one of the ways people have tried to make the cross-up a same side mix-up was to throw in a JD, like an air brake. She had this back in the day in Guilty Gear XX, for instance. The problem with the JD in Strive right now is that if you fired off close to the ground as an air brake, it would only hit standing opponents. It wouldn't hit crouching opponents. So I propose JD to have directional influence. Let's segue into the other aerial buttons. So her aerial buttons are like dog water. They're not good. it'd be nice to see some better air to ground buttons, like JS and JH. Their hitboxes going down are not good. I mean, if you look at them visually, they look like they're not supposed to hit downwards. They look like they're supposed to be air to airs. It may not be in their design intentionality to make them air to grounds, but it'd be nice if they had better air to ground hitboxes. Like maybe you lower the JH hitbox a little bit, but maybe they're sticklers on how the game looks graphically. Who knows? Nonetheless, it'd be nice to have some improved aerial buttons. I would really like if JK, the jumping kick attack, had a better backwards hitbox. Now, why do I think that? This could be a me thing, and I don't think as many Dizzy players do this as much as I do, but her air dash back JK mix-ups, I do it a lot. But, you know, if you count the frames, air dash back JK, in my opinion, isn't as strong in terms of a high-low mix-up. Like, it comes out too late. You also have to turn around. Like if you're going for the crossover and the air dash back JK, you have to turn around, which slows it down quite a bit and quite honestly doesn't make it very stable. Like a lot of times you can just 6p between the fish hit and the JK or push a button or do something. So giving it a backwards hitbox allows you to do the mix up a lot quicker. With that said, I don't know if it's a high enough attack level for you to be able to connect or rather link your grounded button right after. And now, I don't know, maybe this is asking a little bit too much. We're going to circle back with the JS and JHs, but it'd be nice if JS would have less recovery. I don't think that's asking a whole lot. I think it'd make Dizzy's air game a little bit more interesting. Let's talk about some bigger buffs. Probably not going to happen, but it'd be pretty cool if these did happen. Number one would be give fish more block stun. Okay, this is definitely a me thing, but like you knock them down, you set a fish, and if your dash jump isn't perfect, and if you're not close enough, your fish bite and the JK, the backwards air dash JK, there's often a gap if you're not perfect. So one way to fix this, you know, either give fish a higher attack level, or maybe this is too bold to ask, give it 2 bites. Bam, bam. I don't think it's asking too much. Honestly, just like a few frames. That's all I'm asking. All right, here's a buff that a lot of Dizzy players talk about, and that's giving a vacuuming effect to the 2S. Kind of like, I guess, Bedman's jumping slash attack. And, you know, honestly, if they just did that with her current kit, it would fix a lot of things. A lot of her air to ground conversions, for instance, you don't really get a whole lot from them unless you have like the perfect spacing or versus certain characters. There's certain characters that a air to ground string doesn't work on for some reason. Like for instance, air dash back JK, close slash 2H doesn't often work as consistently as we like. So one way to fix that is give 2S a little bit of a vacuuming effect. Actually, you know what? Making close slash not pushing back as far is good too. But you know, 2S is already there. The animation of 2S is already there. Necro is scooping back. It looks like you can vacuum with it. So bring them back in for 2H and then a lot of her conversions are fixed. Yeah, honestly, she could have 0 buffs, and if they just add that, that would fix a lot of things. Now, again, this is probably not going to happen, but this would be really cool. If you can have some sort of hold mechanic with the fire spear. Now, hear me out. In the past games, all of her spear attacks, you know, whether it's the ice spear or the fire spear, eventually at some point they added some form of hold effect. Like for instance, in Guilty Gear Reload, you do backwards DP motion slash and it would just come out. You couldn't hold it. But in Guilty Gear XX slash, they implemented the mechanic for you to hold it. And in that game and the XX games going forward, you can hold it and still move around with Dizzy. Guilty Gear Xrd, you can do that with the fire spear, but she throws the fire spears up. You can hold the heavy button. She's held in position. You can't move around unless you wire seat, and then you can move around. That was really cool. And then of course you let it go to release the spears. So something like that in Strive would be cool. Maybe not exactly the way it was before. Like from XX to Xrd, it's changed a little bit. Let's change it again. In Strive, this would be cool. Like it's already a projectile reflecting attack with Necro's hand going up. I would be okay if it's like Potemkin's flick, you know? You do the motion, you push the button, and then you can hold it. You know, I don't know if that's asking too much, but that'd be cool. All right. So I'm running out of time here, so let's go over the big wish list. So this is big wish list, subtitle. Definitely not gonna happen, but one can dream. All right, so what's on the top of my big wish list? Number 1, it's this. So this is not gonna happen, but it would be very nice if they gave Dizzy a new air button, her J2S from Guilty Gear AC Plus R. This would fix a lot of her problems that I mentioned before, a lot of her air to ground problems. So of course it's gonna have a better air to ground hitbox. It's gonna have a backwards hitbox. Being a slash button, it's gonna have a higher attack level than the JK, the jumping kick attack. And therefore it'd be easier to link a aerial normal to a grounded normal. So a lot of things are fixed with this button, right? But probably won't happen because number 1, it's pretty late in the development stages of Guilty Gear Strive, right? I think maybe we'll have a season 5, but I don't know if it's within their budget to add graphical assets to an existing character. I don't think they're gonna just call up the graphical development team and be like, yo, we need a new button because the guy said so. No, they won't. All right, and number 2, if they want her game design, her offensive game design to be strike throw, give her a command grab. That would be cool. I mean, why not? They gave Venom a command grab. They allowed Potemkin's Garuda Impact to remain as a projectile while taking away Firespear's projectile properties. I think a command grab would actually work really well with her guard crushing mechanic, or rather the number of guard crushes she does in a game, right? If they gave her a command grab, it doesn't need to be big damage. You know, it doesn't need to be like Potemkin's Pop Buster. Make it more like Venom's command grab. Something that would probably complement Wings of Light somehow. You know, like she does her command grab, Wings of Light activates, or maybe applies a timing modifier to the activation time. Like, give it a speed boost, something like that. Honestly, seeing her kit right now, command grab sort of makes sense. And she is supposed to be a balanced character. You know, give her a little bit of everything. That's pretty much it. Actually, you know what would be really cool? Some cosmetics, you know? That's my big wish list. Give her the battle bikini. Of course, you know, censor it in a way that would be esports friendly, I guess, you know? But it'd be cool to have cosmetics for Guilty Gear somehow, you know? Just alternate costumes. People are talking about like giving her an install to give her the double air dash or whatever, you know, programmable fish. Oh, that would be so weird to have in Strive. I think that'd be too much. But, you know, low-key, be pretty cool if they gave Dizzy an install that would change her costume. All right, you know what? That's how you know this video recording has been going on for too long. You guys are seeing my true colors. Anyway, let's end it before I say something weirder. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other wish list suggestions, not just for Dizzy, but your own characters, yeah, put them in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like, comment, or subscribe is much appreciated. It helps me know that this type of video is worth your time and that you enjoyed it. My name's Nagai, your Guilty Gear OG-san. I'll see you all next time. All right, take care, everybody.